I'm going to refresh my wash and go today using my dry wash and go technique because I'm really short on time. And I thought it would just be a great opportunity to once again share this technique with you guys. I think I first revealed it on the channel in 2013. Spring of that year, and I have been using it ever since. I continue to use it. Doesn't matter what the length of my hair is. It still tends to be a great way to refresh my curls, especially when I am short on time. I actually have a meeting in an hour and 15 minutes. So this is a technique that works really, really well if you don't like to leave the house with your hair wet, and you want to refresh your hair and have it still look really nice and well put together, pulled together, but you need to do that on short notice. So it doesn't matter what leave-in conditioner or gel you use for this product or for this technique. Just make sure that you're using products that work well together and will not give you, residue on the hair once it is dried. So I'm going to be using Elucence, and I'm going to be using Eco Styler gel with argan oil. So what I do is I divide my hair into a section, and most of you know I'm lazy by nature. So I just don't make 4 separate sections. I just make 2 sections and I just work one section at a time. So I'm going to start on this section, and I'm going to add, I tend to start off with like a quarter size amount of my leave-in conditioner, based upon the thickness of your hair, length of your hair, that sort of thing. You can determine what amount works best for you. But I take it and I kind of use the praying hands motion to apply it to the hair. Another thing you can do is kind of go like this. That helps you to evenly distribute your product. And I really focus primarily on the ends, not so much at the roots. And then I will go back in and I will kind of smooth certain sections just to get a more polished look. And, if you want, you can also add additional product. I'm not going to do that because I feel good with the amount that I used. But if you feel like you need more, go ahead and add more. And then I will scrunch just to help the curls to pop back more quickly. But this motion, in terms of just smoothing the product on, is really important because it also allows you to release shedding hair. All right. And now I'm going to use Eco Styler gel, and I'm just going to use a very little bit because I'm going to be transitioning this wash and go into another style. So I'm just using the Eco Styler gel on this just to give me a little bit of hold just for the day. If you don't want to use gel, you don't have to. Totally up to you. All right. I don't like to add, having fine hair, I don't like to add a lot of the product to my roots because, one of the benefits of having an old wash and go style is that you get more fullness at your roots naturally over that period of time. So you don't want to undo that. I'm going to work with a slightly smaller section, so I'm using just a little bit less product on this side, but I'm essentially doing the same motion, same process. Focus on those ends, and again, you want to pull those ends because it will help to release shedding hair. And that will help you to minimize tangles, as you stretch your wash and go out over, however many days you're planning to stretch it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of gel. And then I'm just going to smooth the product by pulling it, through 2 fingers, just to get a little extra polish in some areas, so that it looks a little more polished. Like I said, I'm going to a meeting, and there are times where you don't mind having big, messy hair, but, there are some times, and, maybe some positions where you want to have a more polished look or pulled together look, neater look. And so on those occasions, you want to use techniques like that. All right, and now I'm going to do the back. So the back I usually divide into 2 sections. I do a bottom section and a top section. So I'm going to start off with the bottom section. And on that section, I'm really only going to use my leave-in conditioner because I really don't need it. I'm not really concerned about it looking super great. I don't need the hole down there. I'm fine with that. So I'm just working it through. I'm actually going to add a little bit more leave-in because I think I used too much on the other side. Here we go. And this is great because, for me it is, especially because my hair is finest along my nape area. Look at the shedding hair coming out. This is awesome. This is one of the reasons I love this technique, because you don't have to do a full-fledged detangling session to get that hair out, to minimize single strand knots and knots overall. So you are kind of, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're releasing the shedding hair to avoid tangles in the future, and then you're also refreshing your style. But yeah, so I like to make sure that I get this area down here because it's where my hair is finest and most fragile. And so doing this technique as a refreshing technique and on dry hair really helps me to get rid of that shedding hair, so I don't have to worry about knots as much down here, because they get, woo, you would think because this hair was finer, I wouldn't have those issues, but I in terms of knotting and stuff like that, sorry, but you would think I would not have those issues, but I definitely, it's worse down there. That's like the most challenging part of my hair, is along my nape in the back, because it is so sensitive, and it is so fragile. So when those single strand knots come, it's like I get so frustrated with them, I end up just cutting them out. So my nape is probably shorter than the rest of my hair because I just cut. Here's more shedding hair just to show you how effective this process is. And you could use a comb too if you want to. I don't do that, because if I'm gonna do that, I may as well just go ahead and get ready to detangle my hair. But yeah, so this process really benefits my nape in terms of just keeping that hair healthy, and length retention and all that good stuff. All right, so the top section I am going to add gel to, because that's the top, that's the part everyone will see, and so I do want that area, I want to have a little bit more control in that area. So I am going to put a gel on, and then I'm going to do my smoothing process here. So I have a little more control. The curls are a little more controlled, I guess, is the best way to put it. Let me say this. You know what? Don't let people make you feel bad for wanting to control your natural hair. I see that has become kind of a pet peeve of mine. I see these videos sometimes, or not videos. Usually it's in natural hair groups where, if someone wants to define their curls, or they want to define wash and go, or whatever it is, there'll be that one person who is like, you need to embrace your hair in whatever state it's in. And, While it's true, yeah, we still do love our hair. However, as professionals or as speakers, or when you're addressing a group or doing whatever it is, there are times where you want a specific look. You want to have a certain amount of control over your hair. And, people shouldn't make you feel like you're not less natural or less accepting of your hair because you want to maintain your style over the course of the day. It's so weird when I find that so weird. All right, so I've applied the product throughout and now I'm just going to let it dry and then I'll come back and show you the final results. Be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. It has been maybe a little over 10 minutes since I paused the video. And so these are the results. So as you can see, nice definition. The curls are really soft on the end. And my hair is actually bigger than it normally is after I do a wash and go. There's definitely more hang here. The reason for that is your hair isn't as wet, so you don't get as much shrinkage when you do a dry wash and go. So you get more, excuse me, you get fuller hair and bigger hair. But yeah, so these are the results. And my hair is dry. I would say maybe it's 90% dry. Maybe a little bit. You still feel a little bit of dampness from some of the product, but you see how quickly it dried. If your hair is thicker, it may take you a bit, longer, but you can kind of gauge that with, just experimenting with this process and then also experimenting with how much product you use. This is how much hair I was able to remove through, as I mentioned, you're releasing that, no, here's a little more. You're releasing the hair that would naturally shed. And again, that helps you helps you to diminish single strand knots. But that's how much I lost through this process. And I haven't really touched my hair since, what is today? Since Monday. Today is Wednesday. All right, so I hope you guys like this result. If you check the information box below, I will show you guys, a version of the dry wash and go that is done on shorter hair. It was done in 2013, but you get to see the process in a little bit more detail. I'm not really sure if I do it any differently today than I did then, but feel free to take a look at that video. I think you'll find it really, really helpful as well. All right. Let me know what you think of this process. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a great day.